Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, everybody. We're here to talk of Alphanon after that amazing dungeon, actually. I was really entertained by it. There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with Beg Luke. For the record, I truly wish we hadn't resorted to using such words when treating with them. I have ever sought to convince, not compel, yet I cannot deny that a part of me is glad J shared his knowledge of the Numa with us. Had he not, Beg Luke wouldn't be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. Keep our guests waiting would only add insult to injury. Alright. We mustn't dally here any longer, Narn. If Beg Luke is to hear the truth of our travails in the first, you of all people should be present. Alright. So we'll go ahead and head back then. My plan is at the moment to try and get through the story of 5.1 here tonight. But we're also going to go ahead and hit up the intro quest for the two dungeons we can do at the moment. Because for the 5.2 dungeon, we're going to need, I think it's 440, and our current thing is 438, so we only need a couple more items to actually reach that threshold. After that, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but this threshold we should be able to get if we can get any sort of fending items. Armor pieces, probably. And, that'll definitely help us, since they seem to be dropping, I think it was like 445 items in the last dungeon we just did. At least we got some earrings from that, but unfortunately the earrings were not what we needed. We have a set of 450 earrings at the moment, so... Obviously we can buy items to get our things up, but I really would rather not have to do that. As it's a super expensive way of doing things. I mean, technically, if I wanted to build up a character job of, like, building my own, crafting my own armor and stuff like that, I could do that, but that would take forever, to be honest. We'd have to start from level 1 and get to level 80. In fact, I want to say this is one of the intro spots here, in fact. Yeah. Excuse me, a word, if you would be so kind. We, the Christian Guard, have a request to make of you. Our researchers are planning to enter the Crystal Tower to learn more of its history, however there's a problem. Now what I'm about to reveal is strictly confidential. Were word to get out, panic would spread throughout the citizenry. Our scouts reported the ferocious beasts and bizarre machines roam the hallways. Until we can eliminate these threats, none may enter. Strange ethereal readings have also been detected, and we suspect that the phenomenon is linked. Azark has orders to seek your aid in making the tower safe for our researchers to go about their work. I mentioned that you're better equipped than most to face the dangers that lurk in the tower, though you'd elected not to go into detail. Is this true? Then your prior experience may prove beneficial. Come, let's proceed to the entrance. So yeah, let's go ahead and get all the way up to the dungeon with this, which shouldn't be too much longer. And then I think the other one we have to go to Ilmor for, if I'm correct. Take preparations are complete. Listen carefully. You are to lead a party of elite troops to the tower and respond to any hostility with lethal force. Once the way is clear, the researchers can begin their expedition. Our main objective is to identify the source of the ethereal disturbance. The tower cannot be considered safe until we do. Should you encounter any opposition beyond your capabilities, you are to withdraw immediately. I wish you the best of luck. And the twinning becomes successful. So we do have that one to do. And we'll go ahead and head on in for now. I'm kind of hoping if we're lucky we'll get the visit to Ilmor soon enough.
outright sorry? You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own, and your soul is the densest of them all.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of 4-3 and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
Okay. You've spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? White Aerosite, you say? An intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They become hardly charged, likely a consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there are no telling what may happen to your souls within the Aerosite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes, but your soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporal form, your souls constantly draw ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted, and resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your minds would ultimately be separated from these fox bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. Cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which could be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless hucks, like those poor souls at the inn at 100 Journeys Head, corrupted by the Sin Eaters that are either made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? I see these unfortunate individuals. Why, do you think you might be able to help them? I might, or might not, but I shan't know until I've seen their condition firsthand. I'd be glad to take you to them, on understanding that you won't do anything that might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no need for us to all accompany you. While you escort our guests to the inn, I shall assist syaoranvee in recruiting the rescued Orsite. I believe my talents would be better applied to that endeavor as well. May I leave the three of you to assist Bug-Leg as necessary. Let's make for Amareng then. Hopefully it's daylight out there, so we get that nice song. Alright, we can go ahead and just teleport there. It's been a while since we've been here, actually. Not since, like, the very beginning of the expansion, basically. Well, no, I think we actually did have to go there a bit, I think we did go there for a moment or two after that. So this is Harlock, is it? Yeah, this etheric balance leans perilously toward the light. Toward stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boar? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light, he'll become a sin eater. You don't know that. We've retrieved the wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Harlock was completely unresponsible before, but now... Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there's a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Volbert. Then for far darker purposes. Lest it falls into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sakes I'll break that oath. It's not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Alright, we can do that. I like how you doing. You're mumbling. That's actually a better sign than it was before. Let's try the soul tonic. Let's do it. Towden strains blankly at you. It seems the tonic has no effect. What is it? Warmth I feel in my chest. Well, it seems to have affected him, at least. I feel warm in my legs. They don't feel as heavy. Okay, so we got something out of 2 out of 3. It seems like once you get to the stage of like not talking at all, it might be a little too far along or something. I'm not sure. Now then, have you noted any changes in the patients? Notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function, in most of the patients at least. The more severely afflicted show no response. As I feared then. 'Tis true with the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of light will no longer grow, and yes, their bodies will turn natural to equilibrium given time. This holds true only for the incorporated ether. The incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Harlock, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. Boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it take years, decades even. By gods, he could wake to find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence, an opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live. Now, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petitioned your aid, but do you think it would be possible to find a way to hasten the recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it's impossible that in treating them we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. Alrighty. I suspect the Crystal Azark has told you of my past, that I was once a mage in the Royal Court of Vobert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administered to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my college brought only suffering, a plague the like of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. At least the warriors of light brought those responsible to justice. Aye, that they did. I sure did think what would happen if they'd not. Let's return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. You think it can be done? Were the sky still a place of primordial light, I would call an exercise in futility, but now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar, able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalizing magics we ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with whatever doing whatever it is needed to be done, if it's all the same to you. Whatever regents must be procured and spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will gather the necessary materials. Pierce the waters and finest the clays, as well as a fey lantern bringing pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar can help the patients, fine. Alphanaud, the whiting clay will be simple enough. I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... Pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine, we'll pay a visit to Elmeg. Though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. But while you're about it, seek out the Numu of Paline. They'll be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Alright, let's get this over with, shall we? That still remains the matter of clay. I prevail upon you to find it. Okay, where are we gonna find clay at? Probably could find clay here in Amarang, I imagine. Clay from Amarang will likely be best. Know if you have anyone who might be able to assist us. Could ask the miners at Twine. Ah yes, they may be able to point you in the right direction, I'm sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I'll see if there's aught else I could learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. Alright, let's go ahead and do that then. Let me see here for a moment. Okay, so we're heading all the way over there. So it's probably actually going to be easier just to teleport, I think, instead of flying over there. Merchant Mender here. Let's go ahead and talk to them real quick. Just repair anything we have. There we go. Nard, well, what a coincidence. You've come at a good time. We just this moment finished preparing the Talos and Trolley you took to Nabatharang. Trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not visited from Master Chai. He offered us to share us the leftover building materials from Daedala Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that Chai knows. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant Trolley, but Magnus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, jerk. That doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Narn here doesn't come all the way to talk about the Trolleys. What is that you need, friend? I see, and this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find some quality clay, it's us. Saying that isn't exactly a commodity these nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other, waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when we used to take clay from Mount Brine mines to make adobe bricks. This thing is a swarm of coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at these mines then. Looks like they are to the northeast. Looks like we got some dust storms, okay. Don't think we've encountered those before here. Alrighty. Okay, that didn't work out for us. And down. Let's see if we find any clay here. Oh, we did find some clay, nice. Not seeing any coyotes though, really. There's the second spot. Assumingly there's gonna be a third one right around here too. Yep, okay. We've got something over there, but that's not a coyote. Oh, coyote just appeared. You know, let's go ahead and fight it. Why not? And down. I guess that counted as a coyote attack. Oh yeah, we still have this one little spot here, I guess. And I guess way south of there, that looks like there's a spot too. Let's go over and overshoot this and get this last little bit of the map right here. This should probably lead us right to the outer wall, I think, that they were talking about before. Yeah, here's the wall, where the light was stopped. There we go, everything is mapped out now. How far can you actually go, I'm wondering? It's unfortunate that there's like a dust storm here, because it's we could probably see a better view if they outside, but it looks like it's pretty barren, like they were saying. It's just empty out there, the big empty. Okay, we got the clay though. It looks like Alpha and Alize got back already. The twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. You have the clay, I take it. Yes, we do. Wonderful. We need but combine the clay and water. The heat the mixture with the Fey Lantern. After that, it'll be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form, performing the necessary incantation. Big Luke, I have a question. In the event that we need this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Hallock and the others have suffered so much, and I swear to do everything in my power to save them. If there's a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Hampu should be the one to do so. Deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all of Novrent more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Narn? Absolutely, she's the best one for the job. I'll give it my all, for Hallock, for Tizleen. The role of mind of the matter. Alize shall be the one to conjure the familiar.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay? Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy? I think I know what you mean. There we are. How's that?
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Mother,
That certainly was a reaction, but it looks like he went back to normal after that. Or no, he's still talking a little bit. How is he, Peg Luke? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I wasn't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halleck. As you're even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the Invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. And yet, I will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is, to induce stagnation. Thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via Ourside. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Big Lude said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body. That person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound like a lot of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save for in a handful of cases where I'm missing something. If I can master a technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Gaboo. Little kobold, right? Exactly, his condition is uncannily similar to Halleck's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused of earth-aspected ether instead of light. Unless if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance that we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who's this Gaboo fellow of whom you speak? I see, his condition does sound similar. Yet there is much more about the soul that remains unknown to me. I say this not to discourage you, we understand, but to remind you that this is a delicate work we do here, work requiring patience. Of course, as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. If I refuse to spend the time in idleness, it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angela and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beg Luke and see if you can't make some headway with their newly possessed theories. I would tell you the rest first, but I see you're not convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let's return to the Crystarium, then. Finally, I found you. Sir, what are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back at Eulmore. Lady Shaw is beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. I take it I'll be returning to the Crystarium alone. Go on, then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, begged Luke. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Umar is at stake. It actually works out great, because we were wanting to go to Umar anyways to pick up that other dungeon quest. Lady Chai is up in the parlor. Best not to keep her waiting, eh? Alrighty. Let's go to Eulmore then. Well, now here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off in the distance and all that, sighing. Strange, let's see if we can find her, and discover the source of her distress. Okay, where's that quest here I'm looking for? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I remember the thing saying it was at Eulmore. So let's go ahead and try and find our way down again. I don't quite... Oh wait, there she is, okay.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
But that is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Eulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee. Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
I don't know, but wherever he is, he wouldn't have fled. I know, I think if it wasn't for her, he probably would have fled, but I don't think he would abandon her.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
I wonder where he is, though. I do remember them mentioning back in Amarang that he visited them. So this is kind of interesting. Let's take a little bit more of a look around Ilmore, I guess. Oh wait, I need to get this quest here, I guess. This should be here, right? What? Okay, yeah, they are here. Okay. I was confused at first. Makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word. Even if he had, he would have done so unreserved. Someone here must have seen something, I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anybody saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I'll meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Master Chai, well yes, I spoke with him recently. Then I recall he was in a rather dull mood. Concerned with Ilmore's neglect of this industry, you see. With Lord Father's apparent inexhaustible stores of meal, and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutte of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Ilmore, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Stagnant business in Ilmore, yeah. Let's go ahead and try and make our way down, I think. I always forget where the actual stairs are here, though. That's the only bad thing. Is this it over here? The stairs here? No. They're around somewhere. Or maybe around over here. Maybe they're off this way. I can't for the mind of me ever remember where they are. They gotta be around here somewhere, though. Aha, here we go. We found it. Oh, we could take the Aetherite shards, too, I guess, yeah. Okay, not down, not here. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When I last saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while. About his concerns over the city's defenses, among other things. Maybe more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothry. And finding General Rojant in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost about him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that I blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we'd still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitted, I proposed replenishing our ranks of volunteers from the derelicts in Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Ilmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Calicia as well, and I for one would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for the cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. Here's the state of Ilmore's defenses, yeah. Okay, yeah, that blue quest down there is it, I believe. So we're in the right direction. I think I'm in the wrong way. Are we close to it? Yeah, we are. Okay. I remember a man fitting that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately come from Wright. Said he wanted to know the state of things down the derelicts, and you can be sure that we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for what we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies, but folk here just don't want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having an ear chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was heading for Gate Town when I last saw him. Poor living conditions, and Calicia's downtrodden. Yeah, he's definitely got his work cut out for him. Oh, there's an Ondo over here. I don't know if I've gotten this Aetherite shard or not. No, I didn't. Okay. Okay, we got Aetherite shards here. Nice. Oh, wait, Landrawler, you were one of the ancient messengers, yes? How fortunate I found you. Need your help. Ever since the Abyss was lit with the city lanterns, a great beast like the which we've ever seen has begun hunting near the cups. It rushes the ashes of a convert's maul, leaving nothing but tattered flesh in its wake. The eldest of the Oath fear it is an omen, a harbinger of our people's destruction. Have we angered the ancients? We cannot know. We dare not enter their sacred abode without first receiving their blessings. That's why I came to the town Landdwellers to seek those who had helped us before, and here you are. Please enter the ancient city once more, speak with them, and learn what we have done to earn their ire. A hostile creature of unknown origin threatens the lives of the Ondo people. Perhaps the clerk and Umrod's bereaved administrator can shed some light on the mystery beast. Alrighty. A lot of tents to go through. Yeah, we've just about made it now. There you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything in which might offer a clue to Master Chai's whereabouts? Well, we talked to a number of people who talked to him. Interesting. Apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting a mission to customers from outside Ilmore, an idea of which the proprietor seemed surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Ilmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps, so the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Ilmore, but its surrounding settlements. Seems logical, then, that he's consulted those within the city walls. He would have wished to do the same to those without. Now, if you would go and make inquiries and write, I'll do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town, I leave to you, Kashur. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we're finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to be his most likely next destination. Let us reconvene there. If any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then. But if not, we will be well situated to continue our search. Alrighty. Well, I think this is going to be the stopping spot for this video in any case. So in the next one, we'll continue our search for Kashur. Or not Kashur, but Master Chai.